Good morning, everyone. I'm doing this video to show you my routine and what I do every morning, how I start my day. So I do yoga every other day, or I do calisthenics, which is basically push-up, pull-ups, and dips. But I always do stretching every single day, and I always do meditation. As you see now how I'm sitting here, this is how I sit every day. I sit in this pose or in this sitting position for over 10 minutes, right? Because now that I'm talking to you, the time that it took for me to set up the video and all that, I've been sitting here. But I want to take you through the process, which is really simple and you could do at home. I don't need the glasses to do this, so let me take them off. So basically what's gonna happen is I'm gonna walk you through what I do. After my yoga, I sit down and I do 3 breathing exercises. The first one I already did, but I will do it again for you so that you get the idea. So the first breathing exercise, because as you know, no one ever teaches us how to breathe, yet the breath is the most important part of our life, because if we stop breathing, we die, right? So breath is the life force. So why no one ever teaches us to breathe correctly, and most people breathe up to here, which is a stress breath, right? Because of running and everything else, that's, big city, metropolitan area type breathing, right? Stressful breathing. But we're supposed to breathe down to our belly with a deep inhale through the nose and a deep exhale through the nose. Some teachers will tell you it's okay to exhale through the mouth. I don't do that. I inhale through the nose and I exhale through the nose. So I'm gonna show you this first breathing exercise, which basically is gonna be an exhale. You're just gonna exhale and suck your stomach in. Inhale happens automatic. Your stomach will come back out. Exhale, your stomach goes in. Inhale, your stomach comes out. So let me demonstrate so you see how it works. So you heard the sound, hopefully. I'm not sure if you was able to hear the sound, but basically I was just exhaling and the stomach going in. So kind of getting the stomach to want to hit your back, right? Or your spine. So you're basically doing that. So what you're doing with that exhale is you're breathing out stuff that could be in your lungs from overnight, whatever, stuff we breathe, right? That might be in the lungs is lung cleansing, right? So that's why you're just exhaling. Then the next exercise, I'll show you in a minute, but I want you to clearly understand that this is no inhale. The inhales happen automatically. You don't have to think about them. It's basically the exhale. So it goes exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. But the inhale's happening naturally because the body knows it needs oxygen. So it's not gonna just exhale and wait for you to tell it to inhale. It's gonna do it automatically. If you exhale, it runs out of oxygen, it needs oxygen. An example I give of that, right? If we challenge each other to see who could hold the breath the longest, right? What'll happen is that our mind is in this competition, right, to get us to beat one another in holding our breath. But the body will get to a point that it needs the breath, it needs the oxygen. So what it'll do, it'll make us faint. Because the body says, no, this is not healthy. Let me take the brain out of the equation. And by making us faint, the brain gets out of the equation. And as soon as you faint, the lungs breathe. right? So that goes to show you that the body does what it needs to do automatically. It's like when you have to go urinate. Your body's telling you, I gotta go urinate, right? And if you don't listen, it will urinate on you, right? I know that's a little bit out there, but that's the reality, right? So when when your body is telling you what it needs, it will make it clear to you. What happens is a lot of times we don't listen to our body, which is another thing that we haven't been taught, is to listen to our bodies. So we just run our bodies like we run a car. We just go and go and go and go, right? And yeah, feed it, whatever, right? But we don't pay attention to what the body's saying. And that's another subject for another video. But I want to go through the 3 breathing exercises I do, right? So you already have the exhalation breath, right? Which is just that simple. I don't want to give it a name. If you want to know the name of it, write me in the comments. I'll put the name in. Write me in the comments below, and I will put the name in for you. So remember, it's just exhale, exhale, exhale. That's it. Now I'm going to teach you my second breathing exercise, which is a cleansing, right? It also activates the right side of your brain and the left side of the brain. It's called alternate nostril breathing. This one I have to give you the name because I want you to understand its definition. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to bring down the middle finger and the index finger, right? And we're going to keep the ring finger, the pinky finger, and the thumb out. We're going to bring the thumb to the right nostril, and we're going to close off the right nostril and breathe in through the left nostril. Once we are full with the breath, we close off both nostrils. We bring the ring finger to close off the left nostril. Once the left nostril and the right nostrils are closed off, we open up the right nostril by releasing the thumb and exhaling through the right nostril. Then inhaling through the right nostril, we close off the right nostril. We open up the left nostril by removing the fingers and exhaling. And that is the whole one circuit. And we're going to do that 10 times. So here we go. So that was number 5. So I just walked you through 5 alternate nostril breathing. Oh, I forgot the word for it now. Cycles. Yes, cycles, breathing cycles. So that's how it's done. Hopefully you understood. If you didn't and you need me to do it slower, I'll do it one more time slower. So this is 1 inhale, 1 exhale, One inhale, one exhale. One inhale, one exhale. So that is how the alternate nostril breathing is done. The next breathing is not a breathing exercise, it's actually a vibrational breathing. So what it's called is called the sound of Om, which is done in a lot of the yoga classes to begin and to end the class. One time I read that the scientists have heard the sound of the sun, and that Om is the sound of the sun. Do your own research. I read that a long time ago. Made sense, but I'm not going to tell you that is 100% accurate. I want you to find out for yourself. I will not provide you any information that I am not educated on, that I don't know about, or that I read or heard somewhere and I haven't researched myself. So the sound of Om raises the energy and raises the vibration. So I like to end every class that I teach when I teach yoga with 3 Oms. I do 3 Oms every morning, and this is my own thing, to raise the vibration in my home, also to raise the vibration in my body. So this is how it's done. You inhale, Om. So how it's done is basically you open your mouth to create the Aum. So it's Aum. So you inhale and you exhale, Aum. That's all it is. So here I have 2 more to do. Aum. And that happens sometimes. It'll cause you to cough. It'll cause you like feeling like your ear was unclogged or itching. So that's the reaction that it caused me right now. It doesn't do that all the time, but sometimes it does. But I want to share that with you. And now the last part. And also let me remind you, from the time I awoke this morning, with the time now being 11:15, I haven't had anything to eat. I woke up at 9 o'clock. I haven't eaten anything. I did yoga, and now I'm here talking to you. All I had was a glass of water when I woke up. You have to hydrate the body when you wake up. Another thing that I do every single morning is that I jump into a 3 to 5 minute cold shower. So it's either after I brush my teeth, after I shave, I go right into a cold shower. Now winter's coming, so the pipes are getting colder, so the water's getting colder. But the thing is that when you feel your body's like you don't really feel awake You feel a little sluggish. I also recommend this for people who have depression. And again, this is my recommendation. I'm not a medical professional, so I'm making this disclaimer, that this is from my own personal experience. There's nothing medically that I know written about it, but it should be. Because I can tell you from my personal experience that when I go in the cold shower, yes, at first it's shocking and it feels brutal, but you adapt. You get your body adapts to every environment. So once your body is adapted, you can go into the cold shower. I walked right into cold water. I walked right into the cold beach, ocean water, in February on a snowy day where the sand was covered in snow. It was 35 degrees and windy. I walked into the ocean. So, and I didn't just run in and run out. I was able to stay in the ocean a few minutes. I'm not recommending that to you right now. What I am telling you about is my personal practice. And yes, every morning I go into a 3 to 5 minute shower, no less than 3 minutes. What it does, it gives me an energy boost. It makes me feel like I want to sing. It makes me feel happy. Like I just know the endorphins are flowing through my body and it's making me feel good. So that's why I recommend it for people with depression. And if you want to know more about how that process works, how you can start doing it, because I'm not telling you to just wake up, brush your teeth and jump into a cold shower. There's a learning process. There's steps that you can take to adapt. So if you want to know about that, leave me a comment down below. And I will answer you. And if you want, I'll make a video explaining that. Even if I have to record myself going into the cold water. But I can literally walk you through it. It's not that difficult. Sometimes the mind prevents us from doing things based on information which is not accurate, but that has been obtained, right? And we have a lot of programming that we need to unprogram because we've been fed a lot of lies, we've been told a lot of myths, we've been told a lot of fake stories, and we need to get rid of that stuff, right? We need to let go of that stuff. So now I'm gonna do a 10-minute meditation. This video is long already, so I'm not gonna keep you here with me while I do my meditation. So if you have questions, if you wanna know more, leave me a comment. I will answer your comments. And stay healthy. And I'll see you in the next video. Stay healthy.